morning. Take a big breath in. Let the arms float up, and you can stretch from one side to the other. And sometimes we really need to do this settling in, this beginning to come into our body, out of our busy mind. Grab hold, clasp your hands behind you, hinge forward, let the arms float up. Turn your head side to side. And come all the way back up, and then roll the shoulders. Make big circles with the shoulders. And then circle the other way. Bring the shoulders up to the ears. Squeeze. Tight, 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 tight. Take a deep breath in. And release. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the yoga of conscious awareness. And there's a chapter in the Kripalu Yoga book. It's called The Art of Practice. And there's a little excerpt about the yoga of conscious awareness. And this is by one of the senior Kripalu yoga teachers, Rudy Pierce. And he talks about how when you first start taking a yoga class, it feels like you're under a microscope because you're always being asked to go inside. You're always being asked to notice what's going on. And so that's true. Cultivating this type of self-awareness can become part of your lifestyle. This way you learn to honor your inner grumblings and your inner workings. So these are the questions to ask yourself as you move through practice. So something to be constantly inquiring as you move through the breathing, the yoga asanas, even the shavasana at the end. And the more you practice this on the mat, the more it'll just come naturally when you're off the mat. And that's when the yoga really works with your life, helping you to move through life with more grace and ease. So these are the questions. Where do you feel the stretch? Where is the breath flowing? Where is it blocked? Notice if there's any subtle changes accompanying the exhalation. And then everyone, bring your hands to your belly right now. Bring awareness to your belly. What's happening there? What is your body asking for right now? Bring your hands up to your heart. What is your heart saying? And where is your mind's attention? And the more you practice this way, the more your yoga can become a spiritual practice for you. Ask yourself, what does the soft voice of spirit have to say to me right now? And often the answer is, let go. You can relax now. There is nothing that you need to do in this moment. Simply be. Simply be. So let's take a moment and ask yourself. Connect to your breath. Coming into present moment. You could close your eyes or let your gaze go down into your lap. Ask yourself any one of those questions. Where are the sensations? What's going on? And then set an intention for your practice today. You can phrase or pick a quality or virtue that you would like to cultivate during your yoga practice. And then you can open your eyes and straighten your legs out. Come right off of your cushion. Lie down on your back. And maybe you've got the pillow underneath your head now, or your folded up blanket. Reach your hands straight up behind you and lengthen out through the legs. So reach away with the legs as well. Flex the feet, flex the toes, feel the arch in the foot, and then open the fingers wide as well. Flex the hands so you feel all the ligaments in the hands. Turn your head side to side. Grab hold of the right wrist. Reach your arms over to the left. Walk your feet over to the left as far as you can. Take the left foot, rest it on top of the right ankle. And then relax the shoulders. So we're reaching, but the shoulders, maybe you need an extra cushion underneath the shoulders. We don't want them under any strain. We're lengthening from maybe the hip flexor, maybe you feel it even in the IT band. Through the waistline, rib cage, underneath the arm. And breathe. See if you can have a little extra exhalation so you're really ensuring a complete exchange of air in the lungs. If everything feels like a big strain here, then see if you can consciously relax. Consciously soften where the stretch isn't happening. Relax the eyes, the cheeks, the jaw. And then release the left foot. Walk the feet all the way back to center. Straighten out on your mat. Grab hold of the left wrist now and stretch over to the right. Walk your feet over to the right. Right foot comes up. Turn your head, look over to the right. Hold and breathe. It is a real practice, the practice of staying present. It's so easy to become distracted. And release the hands, release the foot. Walk the feet back, straighten out on your mat. Bring your arms back down to your sides. Bend the knees. Lift the feet up off the mat. Lift your hips up off the mat. Bring them a little closer to your heels and then draw the knees into the chest. Clasp the hands together. Give yourself a hug here. Squeeze the legs in and then rock from side to side. Come back to center, circle the knees. And then circle the other way. And then bring the bottoms of the feet together. Reach up, grab hold of the ankles or the feet, or you could use your tie and lasso the feet. Bring the feet right down to the groin and rock again side to side. The head's resting on the blanket. or your cushion. You could rock all the way to one side, all the way to the other side. And then come back to center and moving into happy baby. Bottoms of the feet face straight up. Hold and breathe. As if you're in a squat, but on your back. And then open the legs a little wider. Bring the feet together. Straighten the legs up. Reach the hands up. Circle the wrists and ankles. Nice big circles. And then circle the other way. Notice if there's any crunchy sounds. Press the lower back into the mat. Bring the feet together. Clasp the hands behind the head. Tuck your elbows in and lift your head and shoulders up off the mat. As you breathe in, see if you can lift the hips up off the mat. And as you exhale, drop the hips down. Go up and down at your own pace. And then cross your ankles, tuck the knees back, bend the knees again, and cross the ankles. Bring your hands onto the knees and roll up to a seated position. And then we're going to move into our spinal rock, going up and down, up and down, up and down. So if you need an extra blanket underneath your spine, give yourself some extra support, sometimes 2 mats or an extra blanket. And just a nice massage on the back. And then next time you come back, we'll pause and draw the knees into the chest again. Bring your arms out to T and let the knees go from side to side. So nice and slow movements. Just feeling the waistline, that nice twist on our back. Turn your head to the right when the knees come to the left, and to the left when the knees come to the right. And then all the way back, cross the ankles and rock all the way up. And we're going to see if we could rock all the way up to a standing position. But if that doesn't work for you, then just come up to standing, whatever way works for you. Move your blanket out of the way so you're not going to trip on it, and watch your space. And once you're up, give your hands a little shake and your arms a little shake and your legs. And then the other side. Good. And then twisting and tapping. So here's some, a little bit of a massage again. So a little tap They're all love taps. It's with the ha breath. And release and breathe. Good. Bring the feet together for breath of joy. Pat yourself on the shoulders. Soften your knees. Inhale. One more. And release. Good. Arms extend forward for pure ha breath. Exhale all the breath out. And begin. One more. And release. Bring your feet out. Heels are in. Nice wide stance. Make soft fists with your hands. Gauge the pelvic floor. And monkey breath. Inhale. Slow it down. And release. Nice deep breath in. Good. And then grab hold of your strap. If you've got a tie, yoga strap, grab that now. So when we do monkey breath, we get that nice stretch through the side. We're going to do the same kind of stretch, but I want you to notice if there's any difference when we use the tie. I find a difference, but you may or may not, depending on, if you're feeling tight or pretty loosey-goosey today. It's just one of those things to notice. Arms come up nice and high. Gauge the pelvis, draw up the Kegel muscles, take a deep breath in, and exhale, drop down. So super slow here, lots and lots of attention to keeping the core engaged. Come up on the inhale and down on the exhale, but see if you can make those exhalations last for maybe longer than usual. come all the way back up. Release the tie. And think yoga of conscious awareness. So give yourself a little tap around the waistline, wherever you felt it. And we'll try monkey breath again with that in mind, just that comparison. Make soft fists with the hands. Inhale. Begin. And release. And then bring the feet back together and just a little side to side, maybe back, forward, and back. And then plant the feet, some circles. Noticing, like continuously observing, and then go the other way. And come up. Good. So squats. Let's drop into a squat, nice wide squat to begin with the heels in, and then reach the hips back first. Hands can be on the knees, so you're reaching your hips back, 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 back. The weight shifts perhaps a bit to the heels, and keep dropping, keep dropping, keep dropping. And you're going to be kind to yourself and move in ways that are wise for you. So maybe not dropping as low, maybe you're dropping lower. Let's come all the way back up. Good. And then for frog's breath, our next more vigorous pranayama, you can have the blocks in front of you. You can stay up high, or you could drop right down into a low squat with the hands on the mat. And we're up on our heels. We're up on our toes. Peek up, inhale, and here we go. And come up. So there's one kind of squat. Let's do the other repetitive squat where the feet are about mat width apart. So around about there. Heels are in. Hands come onto the belly. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, reach back. And the hands can reach forward. And up and down, nice and slow. And one last one. And up. So there's another kind of squat. And then how about chair? We'll move into chair pose. Chair pose now, the feet are parallel to each other. And again, it's as if you're looking for that elusive chair behind you. Inhale, the hands out to shoulder height. Palms can face each other. Inhale. And this time as we drop down, we'll pause and breathe. Notice if there's anything you could do to make this less work or more work, whatever you need. Pelvic floor engaged, that's really helpful. A strong ujjayi breath, that's really helpful. A gazing point off in the distance, the drishti, is helpful. And breathe. And come all the way up. So you don't need to necessarily do a whole big bunch of reps to get the work. You can maybe just stay in a squat for even longer. Another squat. We're going to drop down, open the feet wide enough so you've got both heels or both feet flat on the mat. So find the squat that works for you, and it might not be, maybe you're in a squat with your elbows resting on top of your knees. And once you're there, just evaluate. Sometimes people, when they come into squats, they put, if they're on their toes, because their feet don't go flat on the mat, they rest their heels on a block or rolled up blanket behind them. And then release your hands onto the mat. Lift the hips up. Walk the feet out much further apart, and we'll go side to side. So if you have your blocks, you could use your blocks underneath the hands now, or you can have the hands right on the mat. Just a little side to side. And with gardening coming up, squats are something you might want to make part of your daily practice. Lots of squats with our gardening. And then all the way back to center. Lift the hips up. Square your feet off to each other so they're parallel to each other. Bring the hands to the inside edge of the feet, maybe shoulder width apart, and we'll fold forward. Feel the feet planted, the hands as well for balance, and without lifting the feet, rock from heels to toes, a little forward and back. Come up halfway and walk the hands forward as if you were trying to move into a wide-legged downward dog. And pull, press the hips back behind you. And notice, where do you feel the stretch? Where is the breath flowing? Where does it feel like it's blocked anywhere? And notice if any subtle changes happen during your exhalation. You can come forward over the hands and then reach back. What is your body asking for right now? A little rocking forward and back. And where is your mind's attention? Come back up to jackknife. Wiggle the heels in, and then the toes, and then the heels, toes, heels, toes, heels, toes. Come right into a full forward fold with the feet parallel to each other. hands beside the feet. If your hands aren't touching the mat easily, bend the knees or have the blocks beside the feet. Turn your head side to side. And again, without lifting the feet up, do a little rocking from the heels to the toes. And we're going to move into a downward dog. So we'll start to walk your hands forward, walk your feet back. Our first downward dog. Stretch out the back of the legs. Drop the head right down. Bring the focus to pressing fingers down, drawing shoulders back, and breathe. Walk the dog. One heel at a time. And then drop your knees on the mat and we'll come all the way up on our knees. Good, and we'll move into camel pose, but let's try a supported camel pose. Inhale, the hands forward. Exhale, all the way around behind you. Bring the hands right to the sacrum area. Imagine you could draw the elbows towards each other. So squeeze them towards each other and now press the hips forward. You could keep your chin tucked, or you could look up towards the ceiling, or you could drop your head all the way back. And come up and breathe. Release the hands. So we'll try camel again. If you prefer camel with hands on the back, that's exactly how you will do it. If you want to, you could grab hold of the heels and you could have toes curled under or feet back. If you ever feel like you're stuck back here and you think, okay, I can't get back up, reach up. Imagine there's a hook and grab it, and it works every time. It's kind of magic. So let's try camel. Again, inhale the hands forward. Exhale all the way around. You can have the hands on the back, or you can drop the hands and grab hold of the heels. Press the hips forward and breathe. Chest is wide open, lots of openness, the front of the body. And then reach up and grab hold of that imaginary hook. Come all the way back up. Open the knees wide. Set your hips down and reach the hands to the front of the mat. Drop the chest down, forehead on the mat, and breathe. Draw yourself all the way back up into table. the knees are right under the hips, the hands are right underneath the shoulders. Tuck your tailbone under, round the back up towards the ceiling, and then tuck the chin under, look towards those feet. Start at the tailbone and tilt the hips, drop the belly, drop the chest. And as if you had X-ray vision, think about moving vertebrae by vertebrae in the spine. So really slow motion movements. And then come back to table. Bring your right foot forward into a lunge. Again, you could have the blocks beside the foot here. You could have a gentle lunge with the left knee right underneath the left hip, or you can wiggle the left knee back for a more vigorous lunge. And now tuck the chin under, right towards the chest. Feel the stretch at the back of the neck. And now look forward, maybe 10 feet in front of you on the floor, at the floor. The back of the neck is long, vertebrae stacked. And then chin comes up and look up towards the ceiling. So now we have the lengthening in the front of the throat, but the compression in the upper vertebrae of the spine. And then back to center. Press down with the right foot, bring the hands onto the right knee, let the hips drop, lift the chest up. Release the hands down, inhale all the way up, reach up, lift the chest, drop the shoulders back, peek up. And then release the hands down, all the way down. Let the hips get nice and low. Curl the back toe under. Lift the left knee up off the mat and do a little forward and back. So you could do this, we're going to switch sides. You could walk your way all the way over to the other side of towards the left foot, or you could just bring your left leg forward and your right leg back. And so working into lunge on the other side. So always that awareness of where do you feel it? And what do you feel? Compression more or stretch more? Press down with the left foot to come up and just hold, breathe. And then hands can come all the way up. Lift up through the waistline, imagine you're lengthening all through the front of the body. And then release the hands back down. Drag the left leg back and we'll come into a seated position on the knees. So remember, you could sit on your blocks, you could sit on blankets, you could sit on anything that, and if sitting on your knees is contraindicated for you, then for sure come back into a cross-legged position. Reach the hands forward and we're going to make soft fists with the hands And circle them. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can get really, really big circles happening. And then circle the other way. Keep the shoulders relaxed. And press away with the heel of the hand. Imagine the fingertips coming towards you. And then we'll go up and down. Palms come up, so you can keep the elbows up. And then nice and slow, open up. And breathe. And then see if you can keep the elbows up again here. Just coming in and relaxing the eyes, the cheeks, the jaw. Keeping the shoulders relaxed. Turn your head side to side. And release. Circle the shoulders. And then bring the arms back out and in and up and down. And then back out and up and in. Really work at bringing the elbows back as far as you can. And release the arms. Shake them out. Bring the left arm across in front of you. Draw it towards you. Notice how we're really marinating in the hips here, the knees, the front of the feet. And release. Bring the right arm across. And release. Grab your cushion again for we'll move into a twist to end our practice, a seated spinal twist. So you can have, bring the right leg up and over the left. If you do that and the right hip comes way up off the mat, then straighten your left leg. Take the left arm, hug the knee in, inhale the right hand up, lengthen up, exhale, reach around behind you, drop the hand down. Again, see if you could get taller, and then turn your head and look over the right shoulder. Turn your head side to side. And then look back over the right shoulder. Inhale the right hand up behind you. Exhale, bring it all the way around. Bring both hands down on the left. Come up, peek over the left shoulder, and release. And we'll move right into our other side. So bring the left leg up and over the right. You've got your hips still up on your cushion and sense of tilting forward. You could always have your right leg straight as well. Take the right arm, hug the knee in. Inhale the left hand up. And exhale, reach around behind you. As you breathe in, lengthen. As you breathe out, twist. And turn your head side to side. Noticing again any sounds in the neck, any crunchy sounds. And then look back over the left shoulder again and hug the knee in a bit more. Notice where you feel compression, where you feel stretch. Inhale the left hand up behind you. Exhale, left hand all the way around. Bring both hands down on the right. Come up, release, and you can move right onto your back for Shavasana. So some people prefer to have their legs up on a chair, legs up on a wall, or just flat on your back. Typically, Shavasana is in corpse pose. The feet hip width apart, relaxed. Arms at your side at a 45-degree angle, palms up, relaxed. And it's really nice to be warm, so you can put your blanket on if you're feeling even slightly cool, and an eye pillow, because this is your time. Your time to simply breathe, simply be. Bring your awareness to your belly. What's happening there? What is your body asking for right now? what is your heart saying? And where is your mind's attention? What does the soft voice of Spirit have to say to me right now? So this yoga of conscious awareness, this attention to your body, helps us avoid the tendency to become habitual and unconscious in your movements, and allows you to draw on your body wisdom, your own body wisdom. Settle into softness. And you can affirm silently to yourself, I am at peace. I am content. I am loved. And then slowly bring yourself up to a seated position. And we'll chant the sound Om to end class. Inhaling. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace. And you could bow to the light within yourself and open your eyes and shine your light. Namaste.